had a great time so far being here. As I've gotten older, there seem to be new features that I developed that my mom and my grandparents insist are just like my dad. In elementary school, my grandfather said my newly learned handwriting that I wrote them in a thank you note after Christmas looked just like his. In high school and college, started to get a little bit bigger and stronger, and my mom would show me a bunch of old pictures to see how I was growing into the frame that he left with me. And now as a 23-year-old, still can't grow a beard at all. He couldn't either. I'll forgive him for that one. My dad passed away when I was 10 weeks old, December 4th, 1995. So it's all these small things I learned about as I grow older that continuously paint an image of my dad, who I never really knew. While I'll never know his physical stature and touch, I can be certain about the type of person he was through stories from friends and family. I know he valued a positive attitude, hard work, and enjoyed every minute he got to spend with people he cared about. Most of all, he loved his friends and our family, his parents, his brothers, my mom, and the 10-week-old me that he left behind. These are the things that always come to the forefront in the stories that I hear about him, and I've made these into pillars for my life. These inspire me on a daily basis to make him proud as he watches over me. As I set goals and achieve them, the Special Operations Warrior Foundation has been by my side every step of the way. Their support has resulted in All-American honors in the pool, Dean's List recognition, a degree from Johns Hopkins University, and a job as a mechanical engineer. It's tough for me to remember the timeline of finding out about SOWF helping with college tuition, because it feels like a group that's been there all along. When I was preparing to speak this weekend, I wanted to go back and look through some of my older emails back and forth with SOWF when I was getting ready to go to college. It brought back a huge wave of joy to remember that experience, and getting ready for school was really special. When I was preparing for college, SOWF had just reached a point in their fundraising, and it was a big turning point for the foundation where we had enough fundraising capital where there was no longer a cap on the funds they could provide for tuition. And as you can guess, this was a huge moment for my mom and me and the foundation as a whole. I'd spent time working on other applications to some other scholarships before we found this out, and they all required essays explaining why I deserved their support, which for scholarships is pretty standard. The difference, though, is that it made me feel like I had to share this sad story with everyone out there. And there were a lot of sad nights, my mom and I proofreading these submissions, and it was really tough for us. The Special Operations Warrior Foundation knows us, builds relationships with us and our families as we grow up. There's a constant communication leading up to the college years, and when the time comes, there's no questions asked. They take care of us. SOWF's explanation for the cap removal was simple and powerful. Your father gave us his life, and we owe you the education of your dreams. And for me and 359 other graduates, they've done it. In my 4 years at Hopkins, I experienced challenges that any student athlete would welcome: studying for a thermodynamics midterm, a tight lab report deadline, early morning swim practices, you name it. That's what Hopkins is all about. It's what the Hopkins experience is all about, and it's a huge part of why I chose to go there. But the difficulty I never had in my way was worrying about how we were going to pay tuition the next semester. I knew I had to do well in school, send my grades and next semester's classes to Lisa B, and they would take care of the rest. This meant I could focus on my studies, athletics, and the relationships I built with my friends and teammates to the maximum. I know that my performance in the classroom and in the pool and the friendships I developed were stronger because of the stress that SOWF eliminated on the financial side of things. And it's just really awesome, and it doesn't even stop there. Now, beyond undergrad, SOWF has hosted networking events and put all of us, me and my fellow graduates, in contact with career coaches We had an event last fall in DC where at least 20 other graduates and I got to spend a weekend together focused on networking and professional development, which for some people yielded job interviews, for others connections across different industries. And there were some serious opportunities to amplify career trajectories once we finished school. And aside from the professional side of things, my fellow graduates and I, we got to spend a weekend getting to know each other, which it was a really special thing to be able to build bonds with the peers who have been living through the same challenging situation that I have. We had a ton of fun, we still keep in touch, and I can't wait to see them again. One of the most empowering things for me as a recipient of SOWF scholarship is having the opportunity to be here this weekend, right now speaking to you all, and paving the way for future generations like Noah and Mason to be able to receive the foundation support. I crave for the children after me to be able to follow their educational dreams. In an ideal world, there's no need. We would all trade everything for our dads to have come home, but there's a price to be paid for the freedoms that we enjoy every day. And when a family member pays that price, the ultimate sacrifice for the country in which every one of us is so blessed to live, the Special Operations Warrior Foundation is there every step of the way. So thank you guys for your support. It means the world, and I hope everyone has a good evening.